What's going on, everybody? So, the NFL schedule officially releases tomorrow, which obviously I know about. We've all been keeping up with it, but I got a question. When did this become a huge event? The way the NFL's been promoting this schedule release, you think the season starts tomorrow. Like, they have made this a huge thing for a schedule release. Bro, we are in May. Football ain't gonna start till September. The season don't start till September. So why are we promoting this as if this is some huge event? At the same time, while I do say this, I understand that there is a huge gaping hole between the Super Bowl and when the regular season starts. Now, they have spaces in between that kind of fills that, but you still have a couple holes because the time between the Super Bowl playing and the draft, that's a couple months. Then you go from the draft to OTAs, and then you get a break there. You go from OTAs to training camp. And once you get to training camp, it feels like football has officially started. So, the NFL's got to do whatever it takes to kind of fill in the gaps and try to keep, anything updated or post anything to kind of continue to keep our attentions as we, transition to the next season. But, man, they're really promoting this as if it starts tomorrow. Of course, I'll probably briefly talk about this tomorrow. Not going to talk about it for long. Miami plays Philly Game 6 tomorrow, so my focus will be on that as opposed to this. But it's interesting that the NFL is really promoting it like that. It's nice to know how your schedule, your whole overall schedule is going to look and what the primetime games are going to be, so we can at least look at that. I'm seeing a couple posts come out about which ones are going to be the primetime games, but I'm not going to speak on any of them until we get the official release tomorrow. Then again, I'm not even sure if I'm going to make it tomorrow. I might push that to, what would it be, Friday? Because I'm really going to focus on my Miami Heat right now. We got to close out Game 6, so I'm not really going to be putting much of an attention span as to how the games are and what the schedule is going to look, but it's still interesting. I did want to talk about it and just ask the question, like, why is the NFL promoting the schedule as if the games start tomorrow? They are really pushing like, oh my God, schedule release tomorrow. You're seeing all these franchises put this out, schedule release tomorrow. I don't blame them. You got to keep our attention, bro. It's a long space between the Super Bowl and starting the regular season. You got to post something. And, the draft, the whole love and the attention we put on the draft, it's starting to fade away. Everyone's been drafted. You know who's going to be on your team. Some undrafted players were already signed at this point. You kind of get a look as to what your team's going to do. And, free agency at this stage doesn't really, heat up like that. Maybe you get some moves here and there that some teams pick up, but there's not much going on in free agency after the draft. So they got a huge blank space of nothing until we get into OTAs where we could talk about something at least until we have to rest and then officially get started with training camp. Once training camp starts, now we got things to talk about. But, I don't blame the NFL for doing this. I don't blame the franchises for doing this, bro. You got to post something. You got to post content. You got to keep the attention spans of the NFL fans. Obviously, we all miss the NFL right now. We all love football. We miss it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I miss the NFL. I'm enjoying the playoffs, though, especially because my team has a chance to actually win the championship. So, obviously, I'm going to enjoy it. But, if my team wasn't in the playoffs, my enjoyment of the playoffs would probably be a lot less. But I'd still enjoy it because it's playoff basketball. But, it really does help that my team has a chance to get to the conference finals if we close out tomorrow. So if your team's playing for a chance to win the championship, it really makes your attention span towards the postseason glamour up. So, the fact that my team's still in the tournament, they have a chance to get to the conference finals, and they'll compete with whoever gets there, assuming they can close this series out. Yeah, it's definitely gonna, garner my attention. But, yeah, I can't even lie. We do miss football. Of course, I miss watching my Ravens play. Of course, I miss watching Lamar Jackson play. Of course, I miss talking about all the other teams. I know Bengals fans have been talking trash on Twitter. I see it all the time. So I can't wait to see how that's going to go. But, Browns fans, they're very divided about their whole situation. Steelers fans have been very quiet. They're not saying anything. They're like, we're going to see how this whole situation works for us. And with this new quarterback we drafted, we'll see how that works. Mitchell Trubisky, don't know if he's going to be the starter. They're just sitting back and waiting to see what happens. Then you're looking all around the AFC. Teams are talking trash left and right, as to what's going to happen in the season. And we're just kind of sitting back and waiting for football to start again. That's just how it is. Of course, I miss my boy, man. I miss watching my quarterback do what he does. I haven't seen this man play since Damn, what was it, November? He got hurt week 13? No, it was week 14. We did the week 13 and week 14. Whichever week we played the Browns, I believe it was week 14. So we haven't seen this man on a football field playing in his uniform since week 14. So yes, I miss my quarterback. I miss my Ravens. I miss my guys. Having to have my jerseys and stuff just hang, in the background and just chill out and just watch a playoff basketball. That's kind of just what I'm doing right now. But yeah, the fact that we have to make the whole schedule release a huge event, it's funny, but it just goes to show how much we love the NFL. And at the end of the day, the NFL's got to produce content, man. I don't know how many times they can continue running these draft stories. At some point, it's like, yeah, they've been drafted. Yeah, they had their moments. Yeah, they got to meet the owner, and they got to meet the GM and the coaches, and they got accustomed to how the facilities are starting to work. They got to start to meet some of the veterans. They start getting in on the practice facilities. Yeah, we get it. At some point, it's like, okay, we really got much to talk about until OTA start at least. At least when you get the rookies in here for minicamp, we could talk about something, but right now, it's just a bunch of empty space. Good news is we are in May, so I mean, things are gonna start heating up at some point. But yeah, I don't blame the NFL for hyping up a schedule release. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of trash talk about who's gonna win this game and who's gonna win that game. Oh, that's prime time. Oh yeah, man, I gotta watch that. And I know who's gonna win that one. They're getting blown out. But we'll see what happens with tomorrow's schedule. Probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. I might have to just move that to Friday and discuss it then. But I may make a brief bit. Let me think about it. I don't want to say I'm going to. There's a small chance, depending on how Game 6 goes, there's a small chance that I might actually make a video at least covering the Ravens schedule. We'll see. We will see, but I'm not going to promise anything. At least if it's not on Thursday, it will be on Friday. So if it releases tomorrow and I don't make a video, just know Friday I'll make a video covering the schedules. Well, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I just found this funny because I'm seeing it all over Twitter right now. Everyone's getting excited to see the upcoming schedule. They want certain games to be in certain primetime moments. And honestly, if I'm the NFL, bro, you better have a lot of AFC matchups be your primetime. We need to see a lot of AFC Sunday Night Football games, a lot of AFC Thursday Night Football games. You know what? Forget it. Thursday Night Football. Yeah, give the Thursday Night Football games to the NFC, bro. All the AFC should take Monday night and Sunday night. Give the Thursday Night Football games to the NFC because ain't nobody really trying to watch the NFC. You got 4 interesting teams there, maybe 5. You can say the Packers in some cases are interesting, though. I don't know if people would still look at them as Super Bowl contenders, especially now that Devontae Adams is no longer there. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still there, but who the hell is he going to throw the football to? That's a good question. So you still got the Packers there, the Bucks. I believe Brady's coming back there, but we'll see how that goes. You have the defending Super Bowl champion Rams, who pretty much look like they own the conference now. You got the Cardinals, who should be an interesting team next year. Then again, they're not going to have DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games, so we'll see how that goes. And then you got the Dallas Cowboys, who, whether they're good or bad, they're always an entertaining team to watch. Maybe you can add Philadelphia to that because now they have A.J. Brown and things are looking very interesting in Philly. But we'll see. Other than that, all the hype's in the AFC, man. The AFC West looks like a war zone. AFC North looks like the second best team in the second best division in football. And then you look at AFC South is somewhat interesting, but I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. AFC East is a little bit interesting, but I still think Josh Allen's taking that division. I mean, I'm being dead serious. I like what I see there, but, and it's nice to see the Dolphins add what they add. But unless Tua takes the step in progression that I would hope for him, I don't see who's really going to challenge them. The Patriots are not going to be a challenge to the Bills. One can argue right now the Bills are either number 1 or number 2 in terms of team ranking. They're the best team in football right now or the second best team in terms of what they're able to do offensively and defensively. Yeah, I could definitely say the Bills are the first or second best team in football. I'll put them at number 2. The defending Super Bowl champions in the Rams, they're the best team in football right now. Heading into this season, I'd say Bills are number 2. That's just me. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling on at this point. Schedule release comes out tomorrow. I just want to talk about football. But with that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!